Hello, geometry students. Mr. Zacek back and better than ever. And my voice is getting better too, so that's really good. We're going to look at incenter and circumcenter of a triangle excuse me, today. And we're going to construct them. These are items that we talked about in the last lesson. So using a compass and a straight edge, locate the incenter of triangle ABC. Okay, so the incenter is going to be the point of concurrency, where the three lines come together, of the angle bisectors. So the angle bisectors meet at the incenter. All right, when I think of this, my little memorization tool here is AB is in. Okay, AB is in. There's a little song. I'm waiting until we do the other ones before I give it to you, but that's my little thing. AB is in. Angle bisectors, the incenter. Okay, so we only have to do two of them, so we're going to do an angle bisector construction here. Now I'm going to pick angles A and C, and I'll kind of show you why a little later. So for angle A, I've got to do my reference arc. All right, and then we'll come up here, we'll come down here, and that will give us the angle bisector for angle A. So straight edge. All right. Now I'm going to use a different color, and I'm going to come over and I'm going to do the angle bisector for C. So again, I need a reference arc, and then I move my compass point up here. This should be familiar to us at this point of the year. So we swing here, and then we come down here, same compass setting, and we will swing this one here. And then we connect that line through here. Okay, now the point of intersection, this point right here where the two meet, if we did the third one it would go through the same line, but we only need to do two, is called the incenter. Okay, so if we were going to just describe what have we done so far, okay, is first of all we construct the angle bisector of angle A. Okay. Second is construct the angle bisector of angle B, angle C. Okay. And now three is the intersection is the incenter. So this is the center of the circle that is going to inscribe this, or that will be inscribed inside of this triangle. So the next thing that we have to do, and this is where, you know, it can start to get, whoa, no, don't do that. This is where it can start to get a little bit, we've got a lot of lines, so we really got to keep things straight. So I'm going to use a different lead color for this one. Maybe we'll do this one in purple. Okay, now the last part of this is I need to construct a perpendicular line. So I'm going to put my compass point on this intersection, and now, you know, you see my pencils here are pretty thick, so it's a little tough to get the accurate intersection here. And I'm going to construct a perpendicular line down here. So I swing an arc that hits both of these sides, and then from those intersection points I'm going to swing here, and then I'm going to come over to this intersection point here, and here. Okay, now from my two red lines, that's where I'm going to construct my, whoops, this is where I'm going to construct that line down here is a perpendicular to the side. So just as we're kind of writing our instructions, it's construct perpendicular line from the in-center to one side. It doesn't really matter which side you do, okay? And then now what I've got there is that line is the radius, gives me the radius of the circle. So if we bring our compass over here to the in-center and we adjust the compass setting up to the inside, now at that point that's going to be the radius of the circle. And okay, you see here, I probably should have gone down just a little bit more. I think if we see it that way, that the second one probably looks a little bit better. Okay, so the last setting here, or the last step is okay, so draw inscribed circle. And obviously, I'm assuming there that you get that the compass setting has to be the length of it. And like I said, sometimes it won't be perfect depending on, thickness of the pencil and all of those things. All right, so this is a fairly complex construction that we have here. But basically, what are we doing is we're really only doing two different constructions. We're doing an angle bisector, and we're doing a perpendicular from a point not on a line. Those are the two main constructions. So I think what I'm going to do is for this next one, I'm not going to do both of them. Let's pick one, and maybe this is a right triangle, and this one down here is an obtuse triangle. Let's do it on the obtuse triangle. So start off by doing the two angle bisectors, and just kind of for the point of consistency, I guess I'll go about this, just the same way. So reference arc, and we get our intersections here. Same compass setting. And we've got angle bisector number 1. Okay. Now we come over to our other side and probably can use the same compass setting. Don't have to, but there's no need to change this here. So let's move it down. Okay, and we've got the angle bisector now of angle N. And again, I'm just being aware that I've got kind of thick pencil lines, and that's going to create a level of inaccuracy for me. So this is the in-center. So after we do the two angle bisectors, the next thing that we need to do is we need to construct a perpendicular. So we come over here. It's got to hit both sides of that. We bring it down to this point. Kind of move it over to the other side, the other intersection, and that gives us our perpendicular, which is really the reason we want that is because we want to get the radius. So I'm going to leave it there. That's probably a little bit off, but that's the perpendicular. And the point of all of that was to give us the radius. So we can adjust our compass setting here, and then that will create a circle on the inside. Wow. And what are we seeing right there? We're seeing the inaccuracy of all of those thick lines. Look how far off that is because my pencil is so thick. And so all of this is the correct work, but it looks wrong because of, of pencil thickness and just the inaccuracy. So I leave it there. Ideally we don't want it to be there, but I just want to show you that sometimes, we can kind of trust the work. And I would go back if this were mine, I would go back and just want to make sure that I'm not using really thick lead and I'm really paying attention to those details on there. But I'm just going to leave it there right now because I want you to understand that you can have the right work and it can look like it's wrong, and that's because of sort of this element of error that we have in there. Okay, so now we didn't do all three of these, but I'll give you the answer to this. What do we notice about the location of the in-center? And it's this: it will always be inside of the triangle. So the in-center is never going to happen outside of the triangle. So the in-center is located by constructing the angle bisectors of the triangle. The angle bisectors of a triangle are concurrent at a point named the in-center. All right, so AB is in. That's how I remember that. The in-center is equidistant from the sides of the triangle, and a perpendicular must be constructed from the in-center to one side of the triangle to determine the radius of the circle. Okay, so that's just a little review of what we just did, another way of thinking about it. All right, now we want to locate the circumcenter, okay, and we want to circumscribe a circle about it. This one's a little bit simpler, but when we see the circumcenter, we want to think that that is the point of concurrency, of the perpendicular bisectors. Okay, so my little tool for remembering this is PBCC. Perpendicular bisectors meet at the circumcenter. All right, well, in order to do this, let me get a compass. Compass. Hope that my compass came on. Whoop, sorry about that. There it is. So we've got ourselves a compass here, and now my perpendicular bisector is formed by going more than halfway, and we do our kind of surfboard arc. Doesn't have to be a full surfboard, it does need to intersect above and below. So notice that this doesn't come out of the vertex. Okay, that's a perpendicular bisector. So I did that one, and now let's pick, maybe next I'll do a perpendicular bisector of side, maybe side AB. So again, we just need our compass to be more than halfway, and here, come down here, and then we take our straight edge, okay, And we're looking at, now this point right here is that point is the circumcenter. All right, now here's why I said it's a little bit easier, because at this point, so let me write down kind of steps, okay? So we want to construct, spelling, construct, yes, okay, perpendicular bisector of, what do we do here, AC. Okay, 2, construct perpendicular bisector of AB. And really you could do all 3, but we only need to do 2, okay? And so intersection, or the point of concurrency, is the circumcenter. Now, here's the nice thing. I don't have to do another construction. All I have to do at this point is take my compass, extend it on out so that it intersects this. And now, I'm just going to draw a circle, and look at that. That one came out pretty nice. It hits all of the points around the outside. So from CC to a vertex, open the compass and draw a circle. Draw the circle. So that's what it means to circumscribe, is it's around the outside and it touches all of those points. All right, so that's the circumcenter here. Now I am going to do all of these, and I know we're going a little bit longer in this video, but I think it'll be helpful to you. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to work on going quick. Okay, more than halfway. Okay, above and below. Again, you don't need to draw the full full surfboard. Probably ideally would open that up a little bit more, but you know, that'll work. Okay, and now I'm going to come over here and do this side. We could do all 3 sides, just open it up a little bit more. Okay, here and down here. And then we'll just connect that there. I'm going to go up a little bit. Now, I know that in this one, here's what you should notice. That point right there, here's a little note, is that on a right triangle, the circumcenter is on the triangle. So on this right triangle, you see that it's located, it's right on the hypotenuse. It's actually the midpoint of the hypotenuse that you get for the circumcenter. So we open it up here, and again, I'm just showing you that, you know, a little bit of thickness, pencil thickness changes that a little bit based on where that is. Okay, so the same steps though. 2 perpendicular bisectors, find the point of intersection, open the compass up, and then swing it around. Okay? All right, and we'll do the last one because this one is going to be a little bit different as well. All right, so I'll do, got to open it up a little more, perpendicular bisector of this side. One of the things people sometimes, you know, start thinking about these is they have to come out of the vertex, and keep in mind that the perpendicular bisector doesn't need to come out of that vertex. Okay, all right, so there's one. Doesn't matter which one we do. I'll do this one just to, you know, help you see that that's not so critical. All right, here, come over here. All right, now you're going to notice something different on this, and the difference is that the circumcenter is outside of the triangle. Okay, so for an obtuse triangle, the circumcenter is outside. Outside the triangle. Okay, and so now we take that point there. It's still the same point. We go from that intersection point, and we stretch our compass out here, and we go ahead, and there's our circumscribed circle. So it could be inside if it's acute, it could be on it if it's a right triangle, and the circumcenter could be outside if it's an obtuse triangle. So let's just summarize that. So acute triangle, it's inside. I don't know what I'm doing there. Inside. Right triangle, it was on. And the obtuse triangle, it was outside. So the circumcenter is located by constructing the perpendicular bisectors, PBCC. The perpendicular bisectors of the sides of a triangle are concurrent at a point named the circumcenter. Okay, the circumcenter is equidistant from the three vertices, so that's why you open your compass, the length of the vertices. All right, so a little bit longer, but you know, just constructions sometimes take a little bit of time in doing this. So now we're able to construct all of these, and the assignment is going to give you some practice doing that. All right, good luck. Thanks.